Hi everyone, this is Diego, and on this video I'm going to talk to you what is spiritual intelligence. And if you didn't have a chance to hear about this subject, or even if you do so, or even if you want to accelerate your process of learning, the way you are learning, this is the video for you. All right. And before we start, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel based clicking on the link that's down below the video, and also to ring the bell in order to receive notifications from the next episodes, from next videos, and also to receive in your email just to check it out when I have new material for you, okay, that I always prepare for you. So let's get started to the video. When we start talking about spiritual intelligence, I'm going to make a lot of things, and I'll talk to you about a lot of things that are relating to the true meaning of the word and of the sentence, of the expression, and also what's the real message that we are studying in science and also with spirituality, okay? If you are following my videos, my podcast, the Diego Mangabeira Show in iTunes, for instance, or even in your Android, in Google Play, you already knew about mind alchemy, that's my method, and I always talk about the connection between science and spirituality, like a marriage. They are working together, and if we compare the evolution of mankind all in our last century, it really goes fast if we analyze year by year, day by day. And also we have the development of the intelligence, and also the development of psychology, the neuroscience thing, and also a lot of things related to the science. And when we talk about science, it's really related to what we know in the West. Because when we go back in science throughout the years, especially in the East, there are a lot of things that we are just discussing, that what's real or what's not real, okay, based on the fact that in the East is really common, is really real, is really something that everybody does, okay? And we analyze spiritual intelligence is a science. We are tended just to believe in IQ, in EQ, okay, the intelligence quotient and emotional quotient, and now we're going to SQ, that's related to spiritual quotient, okay? If we understand that's an evolution, we understand that it's that reasonable part, the emotional part, and now we're going to spiritual part. And the definition of spiritual intelligence, I will try to describe all my own terms, but if you want to go deeper, there's a book, okay, that's SQ from Danah Zohar, that is specialized. She's one of my mentors as well, relating to this subject. But if we would like to really give you, okay, and I want to give you my terms about spiritual intelligence, we would say that this is the science that we understand that we involve with each other, but at the same time we need to be within ourselves with great clarity, awareness, self-awareness, and also to contribute to the world, okay? If we analyze the other intelligence, or even the evolution of our systems, we tended just to believe in the physical part, the reason part, the biological, the physiological part, but we tended to excuse or even to avoid talking about spiritual side, because it's confronted like a religion. And I always say that this is not related to religion. Spirituality is not related to religion. And if you already knew about this, or if you already watched a video of mine, or even listened to my podcast, read a blog post on my website, diegomangabeira.com, you already know that spirituality is related to breathing. Okay, so inhale, exhale. Okay, this is related to spirituality. This is the true spirituality, not related to religion. But in the West, we are tending to believe that the spiritual part is different, is far beyond ourselves, and also we tend to believe that is irrational, that is not something that we can have with us. So it's always external factor. But if we're going to the East, this is really not make sense at all. The inner part that we have within ourselves is part of science. And if we're going to go to the ancient studies and also to the old books, and this is related to science, okay? And if you are really skeptical about this, maybe this is not video for you, but I would advise that science is already proving some ideas that already been proven in the past, even in centuries, millennia, okay, ago. And now we're facing a debate, and not a debate, but I would say the marriage between science and spirituality. And nowadays, we're going to go deeper inside the science because today we need to ask ourselves, and this is one big question for you inside this video, that is, what's your big why? What's your big purpose? Why you're here? What's your mission of life? Whatever you want to call it, okay? But I would ask you just why, okay? What's your why? What's your purpose? And this is something that people are asking themselves worldwide. There are people quitting jobs. There are people traveling abroad. There are people deciding to have a great relationship, the intimacy part, but at the same time, the true love, the true and solid love between a couple, okay? And at the same time, people are fighting for their dreams in a way that they tend to believe in other dreams as well. So like a great community and a great community of love. And love is going to the sense that it was the sense that we did have in the past that's related to everything we do. But we tend to use our spiritual side that's inside of us. And is not something that's far away from us. It's within ourselves. Like the word empathy, okay? Empathy is the definition of believing that we need to understand each other, but I need to think and to position myself in a way that I understand the person, his history of life, I understand his or her relationships, the way she or he was born, and I need to adapt myself to him or her. This is the same idea that we can find based on the old studies and also old scriptures and also in religions. This phrase, this sentence about empathy, you can find in a lot of books and with the same meaning, okay? Maybe in different words, but you have a lot of the same status, the same meaning on these books, and people who didn't meet each other during centuries, okay, through centuries. And this is fascinating because this is something that makes me alive day by day, and I want to share with you because spiritual intelligence is growing up. But it's not just a term, it's not just a concept, but it's the way we live, it's the way we think about ourselves and develop ourselves. And at the same time, if you think this is a waste of time to think about my why, to not write it down, I think this, Diego, is something, a childish thing, okay? This is something that I believe I better focus on my career, on my job, on the way things are going, on my routine, and the way it goes, it will go. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. But I would say to you, the world is changing, okay? Children are changing, and this can be the fact because I study pedagogy and the child education, and children education, and you can see by educators that a lot of things that are being developed by them, and they are not prepared. They are being prepared, even for the children, for jobs. If you believe in work, the word evolution in the 20th century, how many things changed? How many things changed in 5 years, 10 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago? What changed? The speed is like this, okay? Full steam ahead. Full steam ahead. There are some things going on with the world. And there's something really inside of us that needs to be developed to create this new level inside of us to be prepared to face this new world. The old questions, the old answers do not reply what we want anymore. And a lot of people all around the globe are doing the same. So, on this video, I would invite you to open your arms, to open your mind. And I always say that in Mind Alchemy, to open your mind, to believe, and to act in a proactive way in order to understand better what is in spiritual intelligence. I have my podcast, like I mentioned in the video, Diego Mangabeira Show, so go there. I have podcasts about it, and I will record more about it. I have my YouTube channel. You're here, so you are watching one of the videos that I mentioned it. Also, I have my blog posts about it, and I have my course, my training, my coach formation in order to develop your competencies, your skills, to be prepared for the new world that's coming up, but is already happening. It's not something like a metaphor. And we have a tendency to not believe in spiritual side, but spiritual is real, okay? It's material. We need to be spiritual when we are human beings, okay? And I'm saying this because I'm in a West country, we're recording this video in a West country, but the true difference between the Western culture and the Eastern culture related to spiritual intelligence is related to that, okay? Sometimes we are far away from us, and a lot of people are suffering from emotional diseases, anxiety, depression, panic attack, or even living stressful ways of life, fighting with each other in the work, or even arriving home, okay, complaining with the first person that you meet inside your home, like your kid, like your daughter, or even your spouse, your husband, okay, if you're dating someone with him or her, okay, it doesn't need to be that way. It can be different. Your life can be different the way it is right now. And a lot of people are fighting against what we call the system, whatever you want to call, the politics, whatever you want to call, but they're living for their lives. And spiritual intelligence helps you in order to understand you, in order to achieve new skills, and to develop yourself to be prepared to the new world, okay? If you have any comments or questions, please do so, okay? You have the comments section here. You could be in my blog or even in other website or even YouTube, so post it here. I would be really delighted to answer your concerns and also your questions. Diego, I would like to know more about this. How can I do your course, for instance? Okay, it will be a great pleasure to be with you, okay? I wish you a lot of light and prosperity. Thank you for joining me, and we see each other in other videos, okay? Bye-bye.